everybody. It is the 28th, I do believe. This is the daily blog. So, I got something to talk about today. What I'm going to talk about today is yesterday and the hell that I went through. Yesterday was a long day for me. So, yesterday morning, I wake up, you know, normal day, if that's possible. Get to work, get my team going. So doing extremely well right now. Very proud of you guys once again. You guys are kicking butt. But anyways, I'm sitting at work and get a message from my daughter that her mom, who is addicted to drugs, alcohol, that lifestyle, apparently her and her boyfriend broke up, and the boyfriend was threatening to come to my house and hurt my children. That was a terrible idea. That was a terrible thing to say. Because at that point, you know, I do a lot of talking and posting about, you know, people's got that one side nobody really likes to see, and that, you know, people try to hide. You know what? I got that side too. And a lot of people don't know that side. It hadn't been around in a long time. But at that point, that side came out. And you know what? That side's cool, calm, and collective, and dangerous. So, I immediately walked out of my building, and I called my daughter. I made sure she knew where everything was she needed to protect herself. As they are my children, they do know how to use things to protect themselves. Let's just put it that way. I made sure she understood it, made sure she remembered how to use it, made sure she knew where it was, just in case. I then called my ex. Of course, she's freaking out, you know. Guys, people that are on drugs are messed up. People that have been on drugs and just quit using drugs because they've been in jail or something to that effect, act nuts too. So of course she's freaking out. She's talking about she's on her way to my house. No, you don't go to my house. That's my home. That's my refuge. I don't need that crap there. I don't need that crap in my life, more or less in my home. So I call her, tell her not to go to my house. I made a video a week ago or something like that talking about I was fixing to do something I really didn't want to do. Well, I did it, okay? I told her check in rehab, 30-day inpatient minimum, complete the program, stay clean, and we'll see about letting her see the children if they so wish to see her. I'm not going to make them see her. If they don't want to see her, they don't have to see her. It's completely up to them. I do not think she's going to be successful. I do not think she's actually going to go to rehab. She did agree to it, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. And if she does go to rehab, I don't expect her to finish the program, and I damn sure don't expect her to stay clean. If she does, great. Everybody's happy. For 10 years, I've been fighting this battle. And you know what? At the end of it, when my children turn 18, if their mother is still on drugs and using and living that lifestyle and they go around her, 9 times out of 10, they'll be exposed to that lifestyle, and that's exactly what I've been fighting for the past 10 years. So if I did not reach my hand out and try to help her, guys, don't get me wrong, this isn't like a greater good or whatever. No, it ain't that. It's for my kids, and honestly, I don't care to help them. But it is what it is. Okay? But if she doesn't get help and they go around it, then they're exposed to that lifestyle. So the only long-term resolution I can see is that if she goes and gets clean, I help her get clean, I help her get her life back in order. Very minimum help too, guys. Don't take this as, oh, Josh is a good guy and he's reaching out and trying to, it ain't that, okay? Clearly it ain't that. I'm not saying I'm not a good guy, but when it comes to that woman, not so much. But anyway, she agreed, so whatever. After that, I then called the ex-boyfriend, who, mind you, sorry about that, video got interrupted. I've received a phone call from my beautiful wife, which just makes my day so much better every morning hearing that woman's voice. She's the antidote to my rage, I'm telling you. But as I was saying, I called the boyfriend who was 22 years old, which we're 35 years old. Why a woman would date a 22-year-old? I don't even know if I'd call it a man. It's like a child, honestly. But why she would date a 22-year-old is beyond me. So I call him, and he answers the phone, and I ask for him just to make sure it's him. And he says, this is him. And I said, my name is Josh LaFleur. Do you know who I am? And he says, yes, sir. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to threaten your child. Point being, I wasn't here to threaten that kid. I was here to make it very clear from one man to another man. I don't want to be involved in their shit. I don't want to be involved in her life. Okay? The only time that I'm going to get involved, which is a terrible idea because you do not want me involved, is if you bring my kids into it. Because then when I get involved for that reason, it's game over, bro. I got friends that'll do whatever I ask, especially when it comes to my kids. My kids have uncles who will do it just to protect my kids. Come on. It's a terrible idea. Don't threaten my kids. I don't have to get involved. I'm not going to get involved. And he kept, asking me things about how, she's doing this and she's doing that. Well, I told him, look, bro, I'm not involved. You don't want her around, call the cops, have her hauled off. I'm over it. Don't want anything to do with it. Her, him, anything. I don't want anything to do with any of them. So there you have it. That was my day yesterday. Chaos. All day. My ex proceeded to continue to text message me throughout the day, which, guys, I'm not on speaking terms with this woman, nor do I care to be on speaking terms with her. I don't want anything to do with this woman, period. But she kept texting me because I guess she took my offer of her going to rehab, being able to see the kids, things that affect get her life straight, as forgiveness or acceptance even, maybe. That's not the case. I made it very clear to her that her life and her problems is her life and her problems, and I'm not going to get involved in them. The extent of what I did was the last final attempt to satisfy one of my children. One of them out of the 6, just one of them wants this to happen. And nothing more. Nothing more. My feelings haven't changed. I haven't forgiven her. I don't think I ever will. There's a lot of things that happen between me and her, water under the bridge, but at the same time, I remember the water and I remember the bridge and I remember every single thing that happened, and that's not going to change. Never. So, that was my day yesterday. So the moral of the story, guys, stay the hell away from people who are using drugs. Don't get involved with them. You don't have to use drugs to have your life screwed up. You just have to have people around you who do use drugs. I lost everything to this woman. Everything. A house, my family, my wife. We had 3 cars paid for. I lost everything. I slept at a freaking park in the back of a truck because I had nowhere else to go. Okay? I lost everything. She took it from me. Along with that, I lost my pride, okay? I lost my self-respect, my self-dignity, the image I had of myself in my head. The person that I was, she killed that person. He's no longer with us today. And I liked that person. But that's what she's done. And I won't forgive her for that. I won't, I'll never be that person again. In addition to that, she made me a person that wasn't good. She made me an angry person. She made me a violent person. After our relationship was done, she made me an insecure person. It took me years. It took me years to get past all this, guys. Years. And you know what? If it wasn't for my wife, Shallon, I probably wouldn't have got past it. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for my wife. There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. There's no telling where I'd be or who I'd be if it wasn't for my wife. There's people like my ex who are just out to destroy people. And then there's people like my wife who create them. That's the reality of it. My wife comes into my life and she changes things. I wasn't on the right path. I was doing stupid stuff. before my wife showed up. Well, even when she did show up. But slowly but surely, Shallon was able to grab those things that I was doing wrong and get rid of them and improve me overall as a person. She showed me how to care again. Because at one point I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. Anything. And Shallon, not really even so much taught me how to care again, but taught me how to care for real. You know, how to truly love somebody. I'm not sure I ever knew how to do that. So, you know, I guess you could say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like personally I got lucky. I don't think anyone but Shallon could have came into my life and did what she did to me. I don't think anybody else could have done it. I wouldn't have trusted anyone else. Shallon was the most perfect, innocent, caring person I'd ever met in my life. Ever in my life. We were friends for a long time, and she, you know, we didn't talk for 5 years. And she came and found me one day. That's a whole nother story. I'll tell that eventually in one of these blogs, the fairy tale of me and Shallon. But nobody else could have got in on me. That woman showed up in my life, and I was instantly, that wall that I had put up to block people out because of the things that Jessica did, it crumbled the minute Shallon walked back into my life. I don't think anyone else could have done that. So, anyways, guys, that's my tragedy of yesterday. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I didn't. It was chaotic. I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. I don't ever want to do it again. But that's that. You guys have a wonderful day. Once again, thanks for watching. Comment, post, like, all that good stuff. You guys be safe. Have a wonderful day. Put a smile on your face. All right?